Was beta Minecraft better? Well, this mod certainly thinks so. Better Than Adventure is a mod that decided to abandon modernity in such a way that it literally forks off of the beta version right before the adventure update. Yes, I said mod because I got actually too much for including it in a mod pack vote. To those people, you know who you are. I already knew it was a mod, I just included it in the vote because I wanted to include the potential for mods of large scales like this one. In fact, this mod is so large that it practically qualifies as a mod pack in sheer content. It's nutty, and you're gonna find out here real soon. But just to give you guys a little taste of how insane this mod is, this is the work of one dev team instead of a bunch of mods clustered together. Like, this is all one team. What's even funnier is I've been playing this mod since my What Happened to Minecraft video pretty consistently, and I've had exclusively a good time with it. But, is it truly better than Minecraft? Well, let's just find out the way we usually do it. Same like how we reviewed Better Minecraft, we will review this in 4 categories. What additions were introduced and were they meaningful? What reworks does the pack bring and are they impactful? My final thoughts, and the one secret final category, is it really better than Minecraft? With the video's premise all set up, if you like what you see here today, consider hitting the like and subscribe button to support my stuff. Or don't, I mean, you do you, I'm not your mom. And let's just dive into the additions. So despite the fact the mod is pretty beta coded, it isn't afraid to add a lot of new things. The most obvious new additions showing up pretty much right away in the footage. This mod adds new trees, stones, and mob skin variations. By the way, just as a heads up, if I ever say like new, I mean mostly new to beta. I know that some of these features are already in modern, but I just wanted to go ahead and clarify that before we continue, that I mean new to beta, because beta definitely didn't have these. And I also want to bring up that I was going to talk more about how I appreciate them having new mob skin variations, because at the time of me writing this script, they didn't have mob skin variations in Minecraft, but they're kind of working on that now, even if they are biome dependent, which they're fine, but you get the point. They're not exclusive to this mod anymore, but I think they still do it better here. Now, the new trees do have their own wood, but instead of being named like eucalyptus wood or something, it's instead named after the color of the wood itself. This is because you can dye wood into different colors. That's right, you no longer have to travel the world for pink wood. You can just make pink wood. You know what, hold on a second. Why don't we have this in, like, just vanilla Minecraft? It feels like such a no-brainer addition. Like, we paint our houses in real life. This isn't even on script, I'm just confused. How do we not have dyed wood or painted wood in modern Minecraft, but we have glazed terracotta and concrete of every color in the damn rainbow? Just, you know what, I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on. Anyways, you can actually dye this with a pretty simple and very honestly intuitive recipe of just putting dye in the center of 8 wood blocks, and there you go, 8 wood of that color, done. Another cool thing this mod adds is fully customizable flags. No patterns needed, no nothing. You just go on with the dye and you draw a shape. Wow! Thanks to the combination of these 2 features, I made Orange. I hope you like Orange, because this is where I lived at for most of the playthrough. Also, that dyed wood can make dyed colored chests, so you can have color-coded inventory, which, I really need to stop talking about the dyed wood and why I'm mad that it's not in the modern game. But you get the point, this is cool. That being said, we don't have just sandbox blocks in this mod, we actually have a bunch of new gameplay features included into the new beta version. For example, pumpkins can be grown in this version, but instead of it being grown in like the weird way that modern Minecraft does it, where it kind of just pops off the side of the block, it grows on the place you planted at, and then it just takes up a block space when it's fully grown. Also, with the addition of seasons, these plants don't always have consistent growing speeds because water can freeze over and stuff like that if you don't take good care of like your actual plot and make like a weird greenhouse situation. So you actually do have a point where you're gonna need to hunt for food. Now, since we're playing on an older version of the game without enchantments, you might be wondering if we're running off of the beta vanilla armor system. And to that I say, absolutely not. Better Than Adventure introduces a new armor system where different armor types have strengths and weaknesses in certain aspects. Leather provides feather falling, and leather boots prevent you from trampling your crops while you're farming. Iron and gold both serve the purpose of all-arounder protection, where iron has more durability but less protection, and vice versa for gold. Chainmail, which has the ability to be maintained now thanks to armored zombies, reduces combat damage like melee and projectile damage. Diamonds provide fire protection, but they also provide that same generalist armor protection of iron and gold, but does it, like, you know, better because it's diamond. And then we have the new metal, steel, which I'll tell you more about later, but just know that it's for blast protection and provides generalist cover as well, but kind of like somewhere in between an iron and gold efficiency. It's like a little bit better than iron, a little worse than gold. But it has more durability than diamond. Steel is a brand new metal type that feels like netherite from modern if it wasn't remotely as complicated nor busted. Steel is made with the new blast furnace, because, you know, reminder, beta never had the blast furnace, using the new fuel for this furnace called nether coals. It's like coal from the nether. I don't know why I have to spell that out for you, it feels pretty self-explanatory. Using this blast furnace and nether coal, you smelt iron in a blast furnace to make steel scrap, then take 3 to make a bar. You see, unlike netherite in modern, steel is not an upgrade from diamond, but rather a side grade that has its own unique purpose. Diamond tools can mine faster, but steel has more durability, but it just mines a little less faster than diamond. Basically, long story short, you're sacrificing efficiency for, like, durability and longevity. To tell you the truth, I kind of like that I'm crafting things with unique abilities. It kind of feels more like I'm making side grades than direct upgrades and feels less like power creep and more like another option. Kind of makes me wish that modern had side grades like this. Oh well. Then there's the new biomes, new guidebook that provides recipes as you discover resources. Honestly, the number of additions here is impressive, and I never felt like they destroyed beta's simplistic design either. In fact, Better Than Adventure's additions really hone in on beta Minecraft's more sandboxy design philosophy, even down to the reworks. Believe it or not, Better Than Adventure actually does tons of simple reworks that helps modernize beta without destroying its own identity. It even brings in some modern things, like being able to click and drag to craft, being able to play tennis with gas and an increased world height. However, it also brings in popular changes like a chest sorting key. I know that's been a mod for a while, but the fact that this still isn't a feature in modern blows my damn mind. Mojang, please make chests easier to manage, holy shit! Another big rework is with the difference in how healing is handled in this mod compared to actual beta. In beta, you'd pretty much just eat and instantly heal and that was it, but in BTA, it instead gives you regen directly without the need of a hunger bar, and you get stronger healing if you eat more than one type of food. So you're incentivized to kind of eat different foods at once to heal faster. That being said, they also allow you to stack food because the system's in place, but it's never like 64, it's only like a stack of 8 or whatever the case may be for each individual food type. So the system isn't making it easier by any means, but it's definitely different. Dungeons got reworked, being more elaborate and less of a dumb cube, and it also is a source for armored zombie spawners, so you can make a chain farm. Chains drop from armored zombies, which lets you repair chain armor and craft chain fences. Chain fences being climbable fence alternatives, so, you know, there you go, you can climb the fence now. The mod also hides the coordinates, so you can't just beeline it for diamonds. The way you get the coordinates back is by making a compass, and you get the day information by making a clock. And I know that sounds like a lot like Raspberry flavor system, but just a heads up, this mod did it first. I'm even willing to bet that there's some optimization changes they made in this mod, because this mod runs shockingly smooth for a beta mod, so it should run on a toaster is what I'm saying. All the additions and reworks come together to form a rather pleasant modernized beta experience while still supporting the lovable indie feel the version provides. So now that I've gushed endlessly about it, I suppose we should go to the final thoughts now. Better Than Adventure is truly a remarkable fourth development mod, and if you've been craving a return to a simpler version of the game but with new content, this is a must play. I've been playing this mod on and off for almost a year now, and it's the only version of the game that has ever outlasted my 2-week phase problem. I'm going to provide a link to this mod down below so you can go grab it. Honestly, just go check it out, it's pretty robust. This would be the point where I start giving my complaints, but I've actually got very few, so I'm just going to kind of blast through them as we go. I think blast furnaces not smelting basalt cobblestone into basalt stone feels sort of strange. I mean, I suppose I get that you're trying not to scare off the beta heads with a new ore, but it still feels really odd to kind of expect stone and then suddenly it's like just this weird green rock. Lost a lot of basalt that way. It wasn't bad enough to make me hate the mod, but I just wish I had that option, so just putting that out there. And my last gripe, there's no stained glass. We got tinted glass to block out light so we can see into our mob grinders, and we also have glass doors and trapdoors, but no stained glass? Give me the ability to make chapel windows. Other than these issues, that's pretty much it. I honestly can't think of any other complaints beyond that. So I guess it's time for the big question. Is it a better Minecraft? Yesn't? Would you believe this is more of a loaded question this time around? You see, here's the problem. Modern Minecraft's main issue, as well as its identity in my opinion, is the general lack of design focus. It tries really hard to appease everyone by adding a little bit of everything, but since it's not focusing, most if not all the new features often tend to feel half-baked or even raw. Meanwhile, this mod actively walks back to before the major design pivot of the Adventure update, which ultimately removed all of the features that were for everyone, and then adds new things that fall more in line with how beta felt to play. In turn, if you love sandboxing and the simplicity of beta, it's literally better than Adventure. However, for everyone else, it's not, because, you know, it literally removed all the other aspects. This, everyone, is the byproduct of an issue that I brought up in another review as fixing through a mission, which this mod is a huge culprit of. Fixing through a mission is the act of removing features to solve a problem instead of acknowledging its issues and directly fixing it. It's basically the game design equivalent of when you hide all your clothes and toys under your bed to pretend you cleaned your room. It's like that. Now, in some cases, it is beneficial to do this if it's genuinely too much for your team to handle or like very much contradicts what you're aiming for, which is very true in this mod here. I mean, look, it's a small mod team who's making a new version of the game. It's ambitious, which means it has to compromise some things. The problem is that even if it's the best course of action, it can leave other types of players that would otherwise have played Minecraft feeling pretty sour. I already know there's gonna be a comment or two about the end being missing. And normally I wouldn't bat an eye at a feature like this, but the problem is that if you're insinuating that you're better than Adventure, and by proxy better than modern Minecraft, you have to acknowledge the fact that you're not really, addressing the actual issues more than you are just avoiding them. Is this detrimental to the mod's experience? No, it's exactly what the devs intended, and it nails it near perfectly. I literally love what this mod does, but it does sort of alienate what Minecraft has sort of become known for, a game with a little something for everyone. Now, I did say yesn't, because this is personally my favorite form of Minecraft as of late. It's definitely better for a player like me, and no, that's not the beta rose-tinted glasses. I'm genuinely having fun here with what Better Than Adventure offers. The mostly empty world, the lack of a defined end to the game, no grinding for enchantments, just a simple mine and craft game with an indie textured charm. But is it better for you? Well, that depends on what you enjoy about Minecraft. Thank you so much for watching. Now that the review is out of the way, it's time for me to set the new mod and mod pack vote. Since we just played an admittedly pretty simple mod, I think it's time for me to get to my masochistic tendencies and go dive into the deep end again. Your options for voting are Greg Tech New Horizons, Stoneblock 3, and Terra Firmacraft. Vote by leaving a comment with the name of the pack you're supporting. Keep in mind that if the pack you want loses the vote, that doesn't mean it's gone, it just means not now. I will also be listening to other suggestions, and anything that piques my interest will be added to the future vote list. I can't wait to see what y'all talk about and share in the comments. Until next time, this has been the Bottom Dweller. They call me the Beta Crafter.